Again, good evening to everyone and welcome to Motivational Monday. Myself, Destrian, and Cousin Ed will be facilitating this evening. We've been fortunate enough to be able to bring some information to you over the last few weeks. You know, we've talked taxes, we've talked insurance, we've talked business, and now we're going to get to an area of our life where I think sometimes we have the propensity to struggle just a little bit, right? And that area is in the area of spending. And so obviously we all have expenditures. Each household is different. So, you know, the views expressed in this conversation are those that have been working for us in our households, but we hope that some of these things can also work for you. So, you know, it's meant to be informative. We want you to engage, you know, and no different than any other Monday night. It's about building the whole person. And so when we put this out a few days ago, Cousin Ed posed the question: if you could earn between 1% and 4% on all the things that you already do, would you enjoy that? Would you like that? Overwhelmingly, everyone said yes. They dropped sevens in the chat. And so the past few days, he diligently worked and completed what I think is going to be a really informative session tonight. And again, these are things that you're doing every day. We won't say that it's turnkey, but it can become fairly automatic. And so with that, I'll yield the floor, but normal housekeeping. Look, put your questions in the chat. We want to be respectful of everybody's time. This is a safe place. If you have an opinion, you have a question, no question is stupid. We want to make sure that people are learning and growing. But before I give it to Cousin Ed tonight, I just wanted to pause for a moment. I think we have both James and Dunny out there. James, Dunny, any opening remarks you'd like to say to the group?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, good evening, family. I just want to say, man, I'm super excited for the information tonight. Again, thank you, Destrian, Cousin Ed, for your diligence, for your faithfulness, man, and just for your leadership and what you're bringing to the table. So I'm excited. I'm excited to always excited to learn. So let's go.
Same here, fam. I echo Donnie's comments. It's for the lack of our people perish for the lack of knowledge, and this is a way where we can get the knowledge, but also implement it and have strategies that you can put in place like right away. No change in habit, things you can do right now. So I'm excited to hear more.
All right, perfect. So without further ado, Cousin Ed is near and dear to our hearts. For those that might be watching, if you have never joined our Motivational Monday, Cousin Ed is one of our community leaders here at Global FX Trade Club. He gives tirelessly of himself. He's a family man, his wife, few beautiful children. He resides in the Atlanta area, originally by way of New York City. Very active and philanthropic in the community there, and he's a wealth of knowledge and resources with the various business ventures that he's into. But what's always really impressed me about him is that he's always willing to share. He's willing to give of his time and attention, and he doesn't feel like there has to be a monopoly on the information that he has. And so, in the spirit of him being exactly who he is, he's here tonight to share a little bit with you all. So he and I will co-pilot this thing, like I said. Cousin Ed, you want to tee it up? I know, I think there's a video that we're going to share to kind of kick things off. But any comments around, what you're going to discuss tonight, or how or why you decided to implement this strategy in terms of your own personal life and your household?
Thank you very much. Well, first of all, welcome everybody. Can everybody come off mute and just say hello? Normally we greet our guests, but I want everybody to just say hello.
Hey, what's up? What's up, E? What's going on, fam?
What up, Dad?
Thank you. Really, this is something I've been doing for some time now. I once was at a store and I heard a gentleman talk about how much money he's getting back in savings, and I started implementing it some years ago. And I've been trying to share with friends and family, and I said, let me go ahead and just put something together. I talked to Destrian and try to see what he thought about it. And he's like, man, let's do this. So I'm really excited about showing y'all some things that I'm doing and some things I've shared with friends and family. So without further ado, Destrian, you got the video queued?
All right, I can pull that up. Give me one moment.
while he's doing that, real quick, the biggest thing about this is it may seem tedious to some people once we go through it, but it's really saving money, free money that's out there. And some of you may already have some tricks of the trade, some hacks as they may call it, but we're going to go through and show you one that I'm using that definitely has helped me in the past years, and I'll show you exactly how.
If you bear with me a moment, for whatever reason, when technology can fail you, it will fail you.
We do know how that goes.
Yeah, yes. I may need you to text it to me or send it to me in the Telegram. I think I texted to you earlier.
Give me 1 second here. We apologize for that. Dash. Got it.
Okay.
Copy. There you go. You got it.
I appreciate that. All right, let's get this thing going. Everyone see my screen.
Yes. It is time for Money Monday, and with inflation at a 40-year high, we brought in a guest with some very helpful tips to stockpile savings when spending on food, fuel, and travel.
Yes, and she's right here in studio with us, editor-at-large for CNET Money and host of the So Money podcast. Please welcome back to the program, Farnoosh Torabi. Good to have you in studio here with us.
So nice to be here.
So groceries, we got to eat. But they've gone up 8.6%. This was a big deal for a lot of families who are feeling that. So you should use apps, you're saying,
yes.
But to use the apps, increase savings, stick to store brands, diversify retail options. Those are all the things that apps can help you do. So let's start with the increase in savings. How so?
So we love to leverage technology at CNET, right? And that is including at the grocery store. So apps like Ibotta and Flip, we've reviewed many of them. These are two great apps. They're free to download. You can upload your actual membership to that grocery store to get the rewards in-house, as well as they'll give you all of the deals that are happening everywhere else. You just flash your phone, you're off to savings.
And of course, store brands always make sense.
Store brands are great. I mean, everyone's got their favorite flavor or brand of peanut butter. Yeah. So, this isn't maybe a total 180, but if you can start to shift to some store brands, what are these? These are like the brands that the Costco's and the Targets and the supermarkets have. They're their own brands. They don't pay a lot for marketing, so they can pass on those savings to us. And it's 30 to 50% cheaper. I'm talking, jelly to peanut butter to spaghetti, everything.
And how does the app help you diversify retail options? What do you mean there?
Well, so that's the apps are one tip. Diversifying your retail options, what I mean there is if you're always going to the same grocery store, you're always getting the same prices. So think about diversifying outside and going to big box retailers. Even the pharmacy and dollar stores have better prices in some cases.
All right, let's move on to the pump now. And the pain at the pump with gas prices reaching, I saw $5 at my local place yesterday. So you've got 3 tips to save at the pump. The first one is go for fuel saving programs. Like what?
So a lot of gas stations have their own rewards programs. Just like at the supermarket, you can sign up for free. I'm talking 5 to 10 cents savings per gallon, which is pretty nice, especially if you're filling up your tank every week or every 2 weeks. And they're free to sign up for. You can also use them on your app. And speaking of apps, also make sure you're downloading an app like Gas Buddy to show you where the cheapest gas is wherever you are in the country. You can even go to your maps in your phone and type in your GPS or your location, and it will give you a list of gas stations and the prices so you can check for yourself. I like to use cash at the gas station too. I know we're all about digital wallets now, but cash can also get you a discount at the gas station.
All right.
A lot of people are trying to. We were hoping, right? Travel was coming back, and a lot of people hoping to get out. But now, fuel, these costs are going to be passed along to us. So you got some tips here, and the first one is to simply book now.
Yeah, and the truth is that prices have gone up for travel, but my pals at the Points Guy, we're partners with CNET, they recommend not waiting because with business travel re-entering the market and also the warmer months ahead, prices are going to go up. And of course, inflation's only going to rear its head even more as we go through the year. So book now, don't wait for spring break, or I know that's happening now for some schools. Ours is in another month, so we've already booked travel. If you want to build in some flexibility, I would say hotels are the area where you can afford to maybe wait. There are apps like Hotel Tonight where you can book as far as a few hours before you check in. That's if you're looking to be a little bit more flexible. And then finally, just make sure that
our affiliations.
Your affiliations, right? Whether you're a teacher or a student or you're a AAA member, flash these cards. In New York City, we have an ID card. Did you know this? New York City ID cards. If you're a resident, it's free and it gets you discounts and freebies at museums. So obviously, for listeners at home, check your municipality, check your township. There may be a membership like that for you.
What was that again?
I only learned about this a couple of years ago. I was like, all of these years. But I love to support our museums, but if I have to go to the Statue of Liberty one more time when the family's in town, I want this card because it's a lot of money.
Wow, who knew? Farnoosh, thank you so much.
I deliver for you guys.
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it.
You do every single time. It's so good to have you in studio. Please, this story is not going away inflation anytime soon, so hope we can keep calling on you, okay?
Absolutely.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Farnoosh. All right.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great.
So I'm going to stop share there, and I'll briefly just provide some commentary. So one of the things that we've always talked about, and nobody does it better than Mr. Vassar when he talks about the power of 1% and compounding interest. So when we think about this, we want to start having compound interest work for us in all areas of our lives as well. So we're getting up, we're doing the work of learning the skill of trading, and we're investing in ourselves by trying to be better business people, be better stewards of capital. Why would we not want compounding interest working for us on our everyday expenditures? So for some, we do this by way of credit cards with rewards or what have you. And, some of them require you to have almost near perfect credit to get 4% on a credit card. So maybe, here's a solution for some of us who have less than perfect credit to actually put a process in place to be our own rewards program. And so with that, I'm going to yield the floor to Cousin Ed. You can share a screen, and I'll be co-pilot here for you this evening. But hopefully you got your notepads out. Definitely stop, ask questions if something doesn't make sense, but let's get into it.
All righty. Let me know when you can see the screen.
We can see you.
All right, let's do slideshow full screen. So I put this together. Basically, I try to teach people how to actually get money back, how to gain money back. So hopefully today, after this lesson, y'all learn how to actually gain between 1% to 4% back in your everyday spending. As I said, my objective at the end over this is just to identify ways you can use everyday purchases to get cash back and why it's important, and choosing the right rewards program that you can earn cash back. So me and Destrian talked about this earlier. Do we really realize how much we actually spend and where our money's going? So the average American household spends over $5,000 on everyday spending, right? This is by the Consumer Expenditure Survey. But if you look over to the right-hand side, you see that on your household expenses, you see over $1,000 spent there. You see transportation is $763. Food, me and Destrian joked about this, $597. Now, I know in my household, I'm glad EJ left, it went down some, but $97 was kind of cheap for a month with a growing teens growing up. But just as some of the expenditures that we spend every month that we might not even realize. One key free tip that I give you, jump on mint.com, M-I-N-T, mint.com. It's a budgeting app. It's made by Quicken, intuitive systems. It gives you a free budgeting app. You can actually pull your budget and you can get a breakdown like this of what you're actually spending every month. So mint.com. So that's the first tip I'm giving you. Somebody put that in the chat. Trying to understand where your spending goes. I want to look at somebody who has a salary of $62,096. You may get a little extra money from Social Security. You may get some money from dividends, some property, also other income. If you add all that up, you see right here, it's going to be $73,574. You know, Uncle Sam got to get their money and state tax is going to get their money. So out of your spending, we're going to say that you spent $53,708. Household expenses, over $11,000, almost $12,000. Utilities, I know mine is higher than this with everything we're running in here, but $2,480. Vehicle expense, that could be repairs, that could be just the actual payments per month, that's $4,000. Now, these gas prices and insurance, everybody know right now with what's going on with the pump, it's going through the roof. So this will actually go up. My purpose behind showing you this is that in the next few slides, I'm gonna show you how to actually get money back on all your everyday expenses. All right. Does this look familiar to everybody? Everybody, how your money is broken down? Like I said, Mint will actually help you see this in an actual breakdown where it actually gives you alerts. So if something goes up one month, so if my food habits go up one month, it will actually send me an alert and say, increase spending in food category, in groceries, increase spending in car expenses. So definitely get Mint.
Yeah, Cousin Ed, real quick, it also it's also good to help you understand, like, I have a client that uses this and they were tracking their recreation. So like for us, you know, for me and my wife to go out now that our family is growing, you know, you have to have expenditures like a babysitter, which is typically not listed on something like this. So this would go into your entertainment or other category. And if there was a way that I could get 4% back for paying for a babysitter, I would definitely do it. And as you mentioned, ironically, my wife and I, groceries actually drove us to have a conversation just yesterday around, hey, look, we got to get a hold on budgeting for this because, you know, look, Dallas has an opinion now. He wants what he wants, and it's a little bit different. If you do meal prep, you know, your budget has to look a little bit different because you're being a little bit more strict about things. So definitely take the time to understand where your money's being dispersed, because you might find a category or area, and I think I'm just teeing this up for Cousin Ed, there may be areas where you can change where you're shopping, and you may even be able to compound that a little bit better. So, you know, does this feel about right for everybody? Like if you're looking at this and you're a household, if this feels about right to you, just drop some sevens in the chat. Like my money's going to everybody almost except me.
I have a quick question. This is
Absolutely.
easy. So is this being tracked by like one account or several accounts? I guess I'm just trying to understand, like, do you have to put like your credit card in, or like how is this tracking it?
It will actually use your login for whatever account you have. So for myself, I have Chase account, right? So it tracks my business account. It tracks my actual personal account. It actually tracks my kids' accounts because they all link to me. So I get this everything going on. Also, I have multiple accounts. So Chase, Wells, now, but every account that I have, even down to your credit card, so you can go put it in your Discover, your Citibank, whatever account you have, is already basically the name of it, as you can see, intuitive. It knows the login, and once you log into it, it knows what to pull.
Right.
And tying into what we did last week with the taxes, once I have this report, I can actually give this report basically pull it out and say how much I spent and everything for my tax person. Now, when you get a little more in depth, you go into Quicken, you use that as a breakdown, but this is free. We're trying to show you the free way to do it first.
The other thing I add to that, E, is that, I think if you haven't seen it, you get a summary breakdown for your credit cards monthly or annually. You just log in and run it. What this software gives you the ability to do, if you want to be a little bit more diligent, you're putting everything in one place. And I think Dunny actually talked about this last week, where he was asking about when end of year comes, what tracking mechanisms do you have in place for businesses? This was one of the recommendations, but there's a few apps that do it. Or if you follow Chandra's advice from last week, one account linked to whatever pays for everything. For me, and this is frankly, this is something that her and I talk about. It's hard for me to do one account because Discover might give me 5% for one thing. Capital One might give me 3% for something else. I'm always going with who's giving me the best payout. So when Cousin Ed showed me this was a way that I thought about, hey, outside of travel rewards, for the person who doesn't really deal with credit a lot, this could be a very, very, very powerful solution. So I appreciate that question. I can show you what Cousin Ed showed me offline a little bit later.
Yes, I'm excited. Thank you. I was looking for like an app that kind of computes everything, or lumps all the I guess financial billing that you use, I should say, or your groceries and entertainment and things of that sort. I thought it had to be just like from one account, which is why.
No.
Okay.
It's definitely amazing, the kind of tools that it has. Also, you can put your investments in there. So you can put your 401k in there and track it in the same app. It'll tell you your net worth also. So you can put a car in there and it could tell what the value of the car is. It's a powerful, powerful tool. So we want to make sure we got that out to you. Mint.com. Like I said, it's made by Quicken Intuitive Software Systems.
My Cousin Ed, just to make sure I don't get bust over the head a little bit later, could you please let my wife know that we just reviewed this a few hours ago today?
we just went over.
I was going to throw under the bus too, so I'm glad he said that. I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, moving right along. Any other questions real quick about the app? Hopefully y'all excited about to find out how to actually gain the 1 to 4%. Moving right along, let's go. Let's see here. All right, yep, like I said, hopefully y'all are excited. If y'all like my man Fred right here, y'all want to know how to actually get to the money. Let's get to actually how to get to the money. So this is an actual picture of Dunny Somerville yesterday, this morning, tomorrow. This is what the EA does, y'all. So
that's right. If you didn't get in GA, hey, that's what I'm doing right now on GA.
Oh man. Yes.
All right. So how would y'all like to get money back? All right. For anybody, can you please put in there what will 1% be of $53,708? Put that in the chat right now. That's some easy math. And I can't see the chat, so let me know when somebody gets that, D. If y'all can't get 1% on it.
I'm looking at the chat. We got a couple of people. Looks like we got some really intelligent folks. So
okay, here we go. Easy math. If you can gain 1% back on that, you have $537.08. But imagine you can get 4% back. Now I'm not gonna ask you to do that because you have to pull your phone out and your calculators. But let's go ahead and do the math on that. That's $2,148.32. Can y'all please tell me what you can do with that extra money? We literally want to hear what you can do with that extra money per year.
Trade.
That's one of the first things. Trade.
Invest.
Somebody said a lot. That's perfect. But I mean, you can do so much more with it so far as travel. Like you can have a family vacation. Like, so at the end of the year, this could be your savings plan to say, okay, I'm going to put this money towards our travel for the end of the year. You could put it towards your Christmas fund. You know how they used to have they used to have it back in the day, the saving club.
Savings
Yep.
club. Yeah.
This could be your savings club money. So hopefully, like I said, by the end of this, I'll show you how to do it. There's going to be multiple tools to do it, but I want to make sure that you understand that it's not only one way to do it, it's multiple ways to do it. So, all right, let's get started. How we're going to gain rewards today. Here's the solution. All right, it's important to choose the cashback rewards program that best fits your lifestyle and doing the research. So Coinbase, Acorn, Venmo, and crypto.com. Those are all what I call non-traditional financial institutions or apps, right? That's something that just came about in the last couple of years. We all heard about those. The traditional banks, you have Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Truist, you can name yours. Some credit unions. The traditional credit cards, you have Discover, Citi, Capital One, any other Visa ones. I know Donnie always jokes about, I think Donnie, you said your Target gives back some cash back.
5% on every purchase.
I think so, right?
Yeah,
on every purchase at Target.
5%.
So that goes to what Destrian was saying earlier. You have to choose what's the best one for your lifestyle. And what I'm going to go over today is going to be one of them, but you have to pick which one at what time may work best for you. The one I'm going to show you today actually is Coinbase. Okay. Now you're saying Coinbase, how do I get cash back from a cryptocurrency? And at the end of it, I'll show you how. But in the chat, how many of you actually know what Coinbase is? If you could put a 777 in the chat.
We got some sevens coming through.
All right. I like to take you to the actual platform.
How about this too, Cousin Ed? For those of you, who are not familiar with Coinbase, I see a few invitees to this call that I invited tonight. They don't traditionally trade, so I want to make sure that we can address them as well. If you have not heard of Coinbase, or you need just a little bit additional information on Coinbase, drop some ones in the chat, and myself and Cousin Ed can take care of that for you really quickly. So do we have any ones out there? Anyone who hasn't heard of Coinbase understands how they work? So yeah, see, we got a few ones out there. So let's unpack this thing, bro.
All right, definitely. So Coinbase actually is one of the leading cryptocurrency traders. They're the only one that's on the actual stock exchange. So they're a public company that's on the NASDAQ, or I forgot which one they're on.
They're
but
on the
they
NASDAQ.
actually they're on the NASDAQ. They're the only cryptocurrency that's trading on the NASDAQ. So this company.
Let me ask you a question. Why is that important in this space? Why is it important that this is a company that's publicly traded in a space that is deregulated? Why would it be important for the level of comfort for folks to understand?
I'll say the biggest thing, they're not going anywhere. They've been vetted and they're not going anywhere. To get actually on the NASDAQ or any stock exchange, you have to be vetted fully. Your board of directors, all stockholders that before came in your IPO have to be vetted. So they're a fully vetted company that actually that's not going anywhere right now.
I agree with that. I think it's important for the group to know and understand too. This is one of the reasons why doing your research is important in the crypto space, because some companies you can become affiliated with and you'll see 3,000% returns in your digital account. When you move to cash that money out, that money is actually not there because it's not backed by anything. So you want to make sure you're going with, at least in my opinion, a top 10 provider, because you know that they've been vetted, as Cousin Ed said, and they're going to be there for you. And so if you're going to trust them with your dollars, this is where you want to be. Coinbase, Acorns, and there's a few others, but just please be diligent about that.
Coinbase is the top one, I would say right now. That's the a provider. Crypto.com is definitely on their tails. They haven't went for the stock exchange yet, but you see the Staples Center is now Crypto.com. They're not going anywhere. So they're right on their tails. Acorn, Venmo, those two are definitely right there also. What's the other one that had problems this summer? They were shutting people down with Robinhood. That's another one that's not going anywhere either. So those are some that's out there that I would say that's safe right now. But we're gonna talk about Coinbase today. So I'm gonna jump off of this. I'm gonna actually go into my account. And let's go into now. Somebody asked me earlier, I showed them, this, you don't mind showing somebody your account? No, I don't mind showing you my account. It's all about teaching. I'm not, filthy rich. I'm just trying to be like each and every one of you. So Coinbase account, what we're looking for today is the pay option. Coinbase actually gives you a card. And if you look back over here, this is actually a card. They will give you a card. That card allows you to, let's see if it comes up, actually have a physical card you can go in the store with and pay. And this is for me, this is my household, this is how I use this card. Every paycheck, I send at least $1,000 each paycheck. So that's $2,000 a month. Sometimes, depending on my expenditures, I may send more, but I know $1,000 would be about right for the normal bills that I have coming out. So if you look right here, there's $1,000 in this account. I just sent it over. And we said 1 to 4% back, right? This card is going to give me 4% back in Stellar, which is actually a crypto. As you can see, I've gained $375.80 back just in making everyday purchases. So this is my card. Right here, I went to Zaxby's today, got my daughter something. I'm going to get 9 cents back. Wow, whopping 9 cents. Everybody like, well, it's not worth doing. Why would I put money over there? I'm going to go through and show you how I actually gain more money back throughout the month. Now, as you see, she plays sports like her brother. We were out yesterday, got her some McDonald's. Don't kill me. I got her a salad, all right? Salad and a smoothie. They're probably like fast food, but I got a salad and a smoothie.
Man, you got to get that triple cheese, extra mayo.
No, she just came from training. I went and got her a salad.
Fries,
but
no
right
salt.
Here, I went to McDonald's. This was yesterday. I spent USDC. USDC, I want to explain to everybody. When you put money into the card, you're going to put actual $1. It's going to state USDC, which is equal to $1 in crypto. So it's the equal version of $1 in crypto. I spent $15.07. I got 4% back in AMP. I'm going to show you what AMP is. It's another crypto. That was 60 cents. Once again, you're going to say, wow, whopping 60 cents. But this starts to add up. My Comcast bill came out earlier this month. This came out by itself. This is something that I have on recurring payment. Came out was $144, 4%. This went to another crypto. I did this on purpose. I switched cryptos. Some of you if you have what is it called? If you have, what's the other black card? Cash App. If you have Cash App, they have a bonus. You can pick which bonus you want. This card, you can actually pick what crypto you want to go to, and I'll show you. I just want to show you some of the payments, but I went through and switched them up. Go ahead.
So, bro, you're touching on a couple of things, and I hope it's not being lost on folks. So you're going out, you're making purchases. You're getting 4% on that purchase, and you're automatically being invested in the crypto space by doing so.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure everybody understood that. So without any thought at all, you're doing 3 things at once. You're saving money, investing money, and you're compounding your interest.
Yes, sir.
I have a question. Cousin Ed.
Yes, ma'am.
I have a question. You said, wow, you just opened my eyes to some stuff because I have, crypto.com, I have Coinbase, I have Robinhood, I have all this stuff, and I have no cards. I kept turning down the cards, and now I'm seeing I'm throwing money away. Now, my question is, with this, Yes, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But my question is, when you keep saying that you're switching up, you switch up the crypto, or the system automatically puts your 4% or your percentage on whatever crypto it wants.
I switched it up. I did that because I knew we was coming to this class, and I wanted to show you how you can switch it. I wanted to make sure. And my method, I'm gonna show you in a minute. My method is 1 month at a time. So normally I keep it for 1 month at a time on one crypto. That way I can get it for the whole month, and I don't have to keep coming back in here. My example of Cash App, when you go in there and pick a bonus, a boost, I think it's called on Cash App, you pick a quick boost, you switch it up. I wanted to show you, you can switch it at any time. So if you heard something was coming out about Stella or Raleigh, you can go in there and switch it if you wanted to switch to gain more of that one crypto. I just wanted to show you switch it without having everything the same one. That's a great question.
And these cards are offered free, right?
Yes, they are. These cards are offered free. Yes, can you hear me?
These cards are offered free.
Yes, they are.
Okay, I need to get on that tomorrow then, because I'm on a whole bunch of platforms and I don't have any cards. Okay, thank you.
They'll send you emails. They'll tell you about it. And for some time, I didn't realize it. I was only doing one of the other platforms, and you have to actually stake your crypto. So for those who don't know what staking is, you have to buy a certain amount of their crypto, leave it in their system, and then they give you a card. And I was using it and I was making cash back for a while. And then I found out about Coinbase, and I don't have to give them anything but my cash to give me back my same cash. So I left the other program that I was in. That's why it's important to do your research on the programs you want to get into. And this is not only for crypto. I'm just showing you how I use crypto because I'm investing in crypto, and I don't have to go out and spend my own money for the crypto. But you have to research what reward program you want to be in. So real quick, I want to show you this right here. Now, you saw the 90 cent, you saw the 9 cent. This is $144. I got $5.79. James, Donnie, and Destrin always joke about, if you saw a crisp $5 bill laying on the ground, what would you do? Would you step over it? This is money that this is money we're leaving out here that we can get back. So one thing I'll show you at the end, I know you're saying, well, I don't want to invest in crypto. How can I get my money back? I will show you that at the end, but I want to make sure I showed you that it's not only pennies on a dollar. This is actually what you're spending every month. I'm pretty sure everybody has some kind of cable bill, some kind of light bill, whatever company that you have your utilities through that allows you to pay through credit card or a debit card. This right here will allow you to actually use it. You can put that card in and get it back automatically. Walmart, I went to Walmart, I spent $24. I got 97 cents. You may say that it's not a lot of money, but it all adds up. eBay, I'm trying to find something that went out to eat one night, $69, $2.77. Like I said, you may say it's not a lot of money, but it all adds up. I want to show you how it adds up. So this is up here where I said you actually go and select it. So this is a list, and this is how the list comes up. And for my first 4 months, I went in this order. Stella, which is to me a great crypto. I love. I was already investing in it before this. Graph, AMP, Raleigh. Now, if you want 1% and you like Bitcoin, I'll show you how to do it through these 4 up here and still get your Bitcoin by just transferring it. But you could just stay in Bitcoin and get 1%. So you spend $100, you get $1. I'd rather get $4 for my $100. Okay, but they have Bitcoin, they have Ethereum, they have Dogecoin, DAI. You could pick those. So you could pick any one of them. But as I showed you here, let me come back over here. For Stella, you see I have $375.80. I'm going to go ahead and switch and go to Graph. Now, some of these will ask you to actually watch a video so you can learn more about what the crypto is. I'm going to suggest watch every video you can so you can learn what you're doing and what you're investing in. I already watched it, so it's going to let me go past here. It says now I'm earning 4% back. So my second month, I earned $174.13. So my next month, I went back in. I said, okay, I'm gonna switch up to my next month. In 1 month, I earned $100 and $101.19. And let's go down to Raleigh, which was the month past. Like I said, it's going to ask you to watch a video. $157.10. Now, I did a little math before this. It was almost $800 that I gained in almost 5 months. I gained $800. My regular spending, what I've been doing for some time. I'm gonna pause right there. Go ahead.
I want to come holler at you about that, right? I want you to drill down on that. But one of the things that I thought about while you were talking, my wife actually came downstairs shrugging her shoulders at me like, what we doing, dude? But one of the things I wanted folks to think about, if you all have Wells Fargo, you guys know about ways to save, right? And I dare you to charge yourself 4% on every purchase you made and see what you would be leaving on the table. So we talked about just walking over money. My Wells Fargo card is set up where it sounds crazy, but I'd rather punish myself if I'm swiping it too much. So when I buy something for $1, I have a $3 surcharge attached to that. So if I spend $1, it's gonna make me save $3. When I look at my savings account at the end of the month, I know how responsible or irresponsible I've been based on that. Now you have a way that you can get literally free money. Like, please, please, please consider what Cousin Ed is talking to you about, because there's some things that I can probably just make turnkey and do it from here. And over the course of the year, it's going to be a net positive for me. I was telling Cousin Ed that I should be using my Coinbase card to pay my son's tuition.
Exactly.
I could be getting 4% back on his tuition, and right now the max I can get is 1.5. So that's something that we might think about switching up. So think about it, y'all. Like, this is really valuable information. I didn't mean to cut you off. So please.
No. I wanted to pause right there for any questions, because that right there alone in 5 months, I mean, it's not even a full 5 months yet. So it's just when I saw the numbers start adding up, I couldn't believe it. Yes, Miss Stacy.
So I have a question about the designation of the different cryptos. Do you designate different cryptos to certain accounts, or do you just do it in waves? 1 minute you're doing Stellar, the next minute you're doing AMP, the next Graph. So are you, like, every month you change the crypto, or is it attached to the different types of accounts that you're doing or using?
No. Okay. So when I first started, the first one that comes up is Stellar, and I like Stellar, so I left it on Stellar for 1 month. I wanted to see how much I can actually gain. And this was around Christmas time. That's why you see it was so much. I was spending everything for Christmas on this card at the time. So that's why I got so much in this account for 1 month. So I said, okay, I got enough in there. It's a lot, but I want to see what else I can do for the next month. So I went to Graph for the next month. So I said, okay, I want to be able to show people how every month you can switch this out and how much you can get. So that's what I did. Every month I went and switched it out for the last 4 months.
So it looks like when you switch it out, they take you through their educational portion to help you understand what that particular coin does. Am I understanding?
Yes. Yes, you are.
If you've already done it, does it make you go back through it?
No, that's why I'm skipping it. It will let me go straight through it.
Okay.
I already watched the video. Let me see if I can get it back up. Hold on. Raleigh.
And Cousin Ed, just
yes, ma'am.
Just so the family will know, because you opened my eyes to some stuff. I'm on Coinbase, and all I have done was watch the videos, and I've gained Stellar, I've gained Graph, I've gained a whole bunch of different crypto, but it's just sitting there. But every time you watch a film, they do give you crypto, and it goes up as the market goes up. It goes up, because I started with like $1 something on one of them. I'm up to $20, and I haven't done anything.
And Lot, that's a really great point, because that's one of the things that I was honed in on, is the fact that you're getting your money back in a investment vehicle that has the ability to continue to appreciate. So I would say that when you think about the 1 to 4%, Cousin Ed might be pulling a dunny and under promising, because he knows he can get 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a big piece of the literacy portion. Like, so this is what James talks about being a skilled, masterful trades person, right? The tools are only as powerful as we learn how to leverage them. And I'll be honest with you, me and Cousin Ed talk all the time. He's mentioned this to me, but he called me and said, I want to show it to you. And when I saw it, it was just like when James showed me the trading plan. I couldn't unsee it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why we wanted to get to a place where we could potentially bring it to the group, because I think once you see it, you can't unsee it, because like you say a lot, okay, I watched the video, you gave me a little bit. Well, they know if you watch enough of those videos, as James always talks about, you'll come get a haircut, right? So this is good in the sense that we're already in these spaces. We're already in these places. And you're a perfect example of that. Hey, I'm already on here. I'm already spending my time here. I could be maximizing my return. And you're getting your account funded. So just think about if every time you took a trade, 25 cents went into your trading account with Global FX Trade Club. Man, we probably have to turn that EA off, because everybody understands that, hey man, every extra anything is helpful. Here's 4% on your entire life. Cousin Ed, you knocked it out with this one. But I know you got a bonus.
Yeah.
I know you got a bonus for some people.
I do got a little more coming, but let me show you this right here. So I wanted to show you the actual
see, Deidre has
a bigger purchase. Okay, while she's doing that, let me show you a big purchase. So this is a $300 purchase. That's $12.13. We're not going to step over this money, right? Deidre, go ahead, please. Miss Deidre, let me get that right.
It's Dedra. It's okay.
Oh, I apologize, Dedra.
That's okay. So I actually listened to something today, and this reminded me, because they said, when you know how they talk about crypto mining, what they're really trying to do with the crypto is trying to get people to witness it, to make it more valid, to increase the value. So this Coinbase, what they're doing, it seems like, is trying to get more people to review the crypto so it can gain value. So they're actually rewarding you for doing that.
100%.
That is true.
100% right. The way these coins get value is, for those of us, I think I'm right on the borderline. When I was coming up, I would hear my grandmother and her friends talk about they would buy gold, right? So this is just a cycle. Nothing's new under the sun. So they would buy gold, and they knew they need to have something that was backed, that actually backed the money. I don't know where we're going with this, and I don't want to act like I do, but I can see, if Bitcoin and Ethereum are the Amazons and Googles of crypto, at some point it might be a backing for our actual paper money, or can potentially replace it. So in order for them to drive value, it's all about where people vote with their feet. So they need people in those coins. So every single person that comes in and purchases that coin legitimizes it that much more. And I think they get closer and closer to being able to do what Cousin Ed talked about Coinbase doing, which is go to the NASDAQ or the Dow and be able to file to be on the exchange, because you have to be able to back that money with a market capitalization that can pay people out if everybody asks for their money at the same time. And so, again, that's why we want you to look at a top 10 provider, but you hit the nail on the head. It's all about driving value for what we would consider the shareholder, us. So the more 4% they can give out, you get more cousin Eds on calls like this, sharing with their family and friends. And as that value of the coin goes up, that 4% that you got for nothing does exactly what Lot said it did. So now your experience is even better and you share with more people. And so I think there's some real power behind this. And, you know, they have a shadow sales force is what they're creating. They're creating salespeople with us. We should be sharing it. We should be talking about it. But I think you're spot on with your analysis. Cousin Ed, you got Antonio.
Yes, Antonio.
Yeah. So the Coinbase card is the same thing as the Cash App, but you're just getting the 4% on it for each purchase.
I would say it's basically the same thing, but there's two different platforms. Cash App is not giving you, Cash App gives you a boost. Now, if you go to Dunkin' Donuts, they may give you a 5% boost. At that time, I would say use the Cash App card because then you 5% versus 4%. That's why I say you gotta weigh your odds on what you're gonna use, right? Now you don't walk around with a whole book of cards saying what I'm gonna do. I'm staying consistent to one because I know I'm gonna get the crypto and I could do what I'm betting on crypto going up. But it's basically the same thing. It's the same thing as we talked about your credit card. Your credit card will give you 4% back. But you got to pay that credit card back. This is my money up front. I don't got to pay anything back. I don't worry about anything at the end of the month come back to me saying that I owe money back. I'm putting the money up front. And just like you said, like Cash App, the money's there. They're going to take the money right off. They're going to give me 4%. I don't even look at it. So it really depends on what platform you want to use. That's why I say it's mainly you have to do the research on what you want to do.
Okay.
Great question. Was there another question before?
No, I just wasn't kind of understanding because I do, like I said, I had the Cash App, and when I do make a purchase with it, I don't really use the boost that much because of some of the places I don't really go to. But even if I did use the boost, I don't even realize where that extra money is going. I'm not sure if it's going in Cash App. I mean Cash App or coin. Crypto or something like that.
I can explain the boost on Cash App. I was before Coinbase, I was a Cash App junkie also. I had another class on Cash App. The Cash App, if you spend $50 and you get a 10% boost, which is $5, you're really going to take $45 from your account. You won't see the $5 anywhere. What's going to come out of your account is $45. So that's how they do theirs. They take it off the top. You never see it. It's just a lower price for what you're paying for. If you use the boost.
Antonio, the only thing I would add to that, bro, is, Cash App, think about it two ways. Cash App operates as like it's a secured line of credit, right? Or a secured credit card with no inherent programmatic benefits, right? With the exception of the boost. This would be the equivalent to going to get a high-end retail card, because I haven't seen a card that pays more than 4%. Like your most elite level Amexes are offering you 4%, and then they may offer you some subsidiary on top of that if you pay in full. But like Cousin Ed said, if you're putting your money up, you're not collateralized, you're not paying interest to anyone. Everything you're experiencing are profits and earnings. And so for the same behaviors, you gotta pay your cable bill, like Cousin Ed said, and do some other things. If you did it this way, you have the propensity over the course of the year to get a few hundred, if not a few $1,000s back on everyday expenses. Mr. Vassar, come off mute.
Yes, sir. Two questions. One for Cousin Ed, one for you, DJ. So Cousin Ed, so on the purchases on the card, can it literally be for anything that you swipe your card for, or are there select merchants, retailers, etc. that you get
anything? Now, I'm glad you asked that question, because what DJ just said about American Express, I know some of my other credit cards, there's certain categories. I can only do groceries, or I can only do the most I spent, the one category for the most I spent that month. So if I did more money in groceries, more spending in groceries, then I get the 4% in that. No, this is for anything you spend it on. So that's a great question. Thank you for asking that one.
All right, and then DJ, over to you. So I know that you are a heavy user of your credit card for points and travel, et cetera.
Yes.
So how does this compare in your opinion? Not that it's right or wrong, just kind of how you what your preference is. How does this compare to like a Slate card from from Chase, or a Venture One where you're getting travel rewards and stuff like that? Does it compare? I know you have to weigh it out, 4% versus what you might get in terms of a travel reward or travel points. How does it fit?
I mean, I think that's an awesome question. I mean, and look, hopefully, I think my wife is still on. And what you just said, so glad you said it. Again, conversations that households are having. And I hope you guys go back and have these conversations in your household and also with your friends. So for me, James knows this. I tell this story. I got trained by a mentor of mine that was doing extremely well when I got to corporate. He told me that he pays bills roughly 4 to 6 times a year. That was unheard of for me. And I said, I have no idea how you could do that. He said, well, the billing cycle is typically 45 days. I use my credit card for everything I possibly can. I then have 45 days to pay my credit card off. That creates a 90-day window. I've gotten paid, if you're paid monthly 3 times, if you pay bi-weekly 6 times, my money is working for me in the market while that's going on. Why would you spend your money? You should behave like a bank. That's what he taught me. That's what he trained me. So as James indicated, I'm big on that. And so I think here's the comparison, James. If I am going to purchase a plane ticket and I know that American Airlines is going to give me 4%, or let's call it 2. I want to make it different. They're going to give me 2% for purchasing if I have an American Airlines card. But they're also going to give me a free check bag, and they're going to give me preferred boarding, and they're going to allow me and my wife and family to come and sit in the executive lounge and eat dinner for free every time we travel. Well, when I book my travel, it's going to have to be through American Airlines because I'm giving up too much benefit. But what I'm thinking about right now is most cards, again, I go back to your credit scenario. Unless you have near perfect credit, there are only a few cards on the market that give 4%. That's the Savoy card with Capital One. That's an 825 minimum credit score. That's the American Express Gold or Business. That's an 820 credit score.
Oh, that's why they gave both of those to me.
You already know you on the list. But those things are important to note. This is no credit score. There's no credit requirement. So the barrier of entry here is lower. And if you are a person, because I'm comfortable carrying, higher balances than some, because I know I have the capital to pay it off if needed. I can go to 0. But if you are a person that really enjoys low debt, right? I don't really do credit cards or what have you. Here's a perfect solution for you because you're using your same money and you're getting 4% back on it. So I would say the comparison is, number one is personality. What type of personality do you have, right? Are you a person that is you're hands-on enough to say, look, I know this card does this one does that. I know it like turnkey. I'm like Dunny. If I go to Target, that Target card is coming out. That's 5%. I have no card that gives me 5% on a purchase. So I'm using my Target card. I would have never even applied for a Target card until I saw 5%, because I'm not a big believer in store cards. I'm a big believer in major credit cards. But at 5%,
can I jump in real quick? Can I jump in real quick?
Absolutely.
We're saying all this. We want to make sure we're being responsible and saying all this. Don't go out and get these cards if you're not responsible enough to pay them right off. So if you're doing it, if you're doing it, if you go get a Target card just to get a Target card to get 5%, you want to turn around and go to the customer service desk and pay it off. It's so easy. I mean, people do it. You know, you go in Macy's and they give you a free bag, and you do it just to get a free bag or get 20% off. Please turn around and pay it off. That's how we get caught in the trap. So this right here is not about the trap. We want to make sure we say that it's not about the trap. This is your money that you already put up that you're paying up front.
Absolutely.
So,
just a point. Jessica, my wife just mentioned that. So if you're not responsible, if you have some challenges, you are, right? That's something you might forget about to do to pay off the bill in full. You can also use a Target debit card and get the same 5%, discount off purchases as well.
And there you go. And I would say, shout out to Jessica, because that is exactly what I think this Coinbase provides. It says to you, hey, this is my money. I owe nobody anything, but I might as well get 4% on everything I spend.
There you go.
And so it eliminates the creditor in the situation and puts you in control. The credit thing, I think we probably need to dive deeper on that in another session about understanding that and how we really work that angle. But it definitely takes responsibility. The last thing we want to do is put you in a situation where those 4% are not going to compete with the 29% APR that you're going to get on the back end. So, you'll be paying for that television for 4 years, and that 4% will be a drop in the bucket to the lender that gave it to you.
Absolutely.
So great question, James, and thank you, Jessica, for chiming in.
Yes, sir. And I know we're at the top of we're over the hour, over the top of the hour, but I did want to kind of make mention of this, and I'll definitely turn it back over to you, Cousin Ed. So all of these things, like what we've been bringing to the table for Global FX Trade Club is really, how to leverage what you're currently doing so that there's, for the most part, no change of habit. You're still spending the same money, but now you're getting something back in return. Right. Very similar to the FLIP program, Flexible Life Insurance Program that Brandon Anthony Clark mentioned, where you're using your own income to fund an index universal life insurance policy that's going to grow at X%, and then subsequently turning around, borrowing against it and paying your bills and kind of keeping that, that rotation going and building up a insurance policy and having the ability to borrow against it. Very disciplined process. And something like with the Coinbase, where you're using your own cash.
Hold on, James. I got a hack for you. I already thought about this, James.
Before.
Imagine you get your money back from the life insurance and you put it on your Coinbase card and spend it then.
And then do it. Yeah. So my wife and I were talking about the same thing with our credit card. So we use Chase and we use Capital One, because we're going to do the same things, so we can build up those points to travel for free, basically. And you're spending that type of money per month, on a card, you're gonna get some nice points. But to get the cash back and free crypto is equally attractive. You know what I'm saying? So it's really, really eye-opening. So I appreciate you bringing it to the community, man.
Definitely. Like you said, it's the top of the hour. I want to make sure we don't keep anybody too much longer. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for staying this long. Got a few more life hacks just to show you, if y'all don't mind. If you drop some sevens in the room, if y'all don't mind staying a little bit longer. I got maybe 2 more minutes to show you something.
I see sevens, bro.
Okay. I appreciate y'all. So
that
really,
means you should hang up now.
I'm gonna show you something real quick. This is gonna be a real quick one. So I want y'all to remember this right here. Okay, remember this right here. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna clear it out for right now. Clear all. All right, so we went through this. I showed you some of my spending on here. One thing I wanted to show you. Now you're saying, I don't like crypto. I don't believe in crypto. Why are you even showing me this, right? I want the cash. So I'm gonna go into my assets and I'm gonna look at one of these actual, let's see, Stellar, right? I'm going to go and sell my Stellar. I'm not going to do it really, but I'm going to show you how you would get the actual cash. I'm going to sell my Stellar. And let's click sell. And I'm going to pick Stellar. As you can see, I got $203 in here. I've moved some of it around. You saw 300 and something before. I moved some of it around already. But let's say I wanted to sell, let's say 150. I want 150 back in my account. It's going to put it back into cash. So Stella's going to go to cash, right? I have 150 going back. The price I'm going to pay to put it back is $3. So y'all, I've shown y'all how I've gotten more than $3 on some of my purchases. One of my purchases can make up for the $3 fee that I'm gonna pay to get this back in cash. Does it make sense?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, boy. Thank
So-
you, cousin. You opened my eyes, man. I'm sleeping on Coinbase. What?
So I'm really saying you don't have to keep the crypto. I'm just doing it because I like crypto, but you can take it right back out. The next day or so, after you build some collateral to pay for the $3, you could take it right back out. What I've actually done is move some of my Stellar into another coin, just to show you. Let's see. I took Stellar and converted it to, let's say, where's my Ethereum? Let's say Poly for right now. I can change my Stellar into Poly and move it into something else. That's what I've been doing. Once I get it, I can move it into something else. So you have options here. You don't have to keep it in one crypto. You don't have to keep it in this system. You can get it back and put it in cash. You can actually, let me show you one quick thing. Let me see if I can do it. Bitcoin. How do we
Can you
fund
go right to cash instead of choosing any cryptocurrency? Can you
I'm
just
trying to figure out. I haven't figured out how to withdraw anything or convert it.
right here in this window? It gives
USD
you
coin.
buy, sell, convert. You put in USD coin and then you
How do you get to that window?
I'll show you right now. Let me go ahead and click someplace else.
Thank you.
Right here at the top of the screen where it says buy or sell. Let me see if I can notate right here.
Yep.
Right there. So I'm gonna click on, let me get rid of this. Click on buy or sell. So I would sell it. Once you sell it, it's gonna go back to cash, but let's see here. See right here, I have $1,000. So I can actually watch this right quick. I don't really want to do it, but I'm gonna do it for y'all. I'm gonna take $10. I'll do 100. I'm going to sell it and put it in cash. I'm going to pay $3, right? Y'all remember how much do y'all remember I had in my cash account? Do you remember? 1,000, like a little over $1,000? Yes,
Yep.
no?
Yes,
Yep.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Successfully sold. Let's go back over here and look at my cash account.
Yes, too.
It didn't show up yet. They playing tricks on me just because I got you on the phone. It'll show up in a minute. It'll go into this right here, this USDC.
Hey, Cousin Ed, I want to pose a question to James and Jessica, right?
Okay.
Hopefully it's not too. I think everybody, here is family. James and Jessica did some renovations at their home, right?
Mm-hmm.
James, those are major renovations, right?
Yes, sir.
If you could have put the cash on this card and got 4% back on the renovations you got, how would you feel about that?
Oh, I would have felt fantastic, man.
It is deep.
I would have felt,
Exactly.
man, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. So, like and that's why I thought about that example, because instead of, I know when me and you talked, I said, James, Man, you guys got major renovations going on, man. Use somebody else's money. Use your credit, man. Use your credit card, pay it off, get your points. You're like, man, that's a good point. This is an even better point because it's the same money.
Same money.
It's the same money. You're getting 4% in appreciation, capital appreciation in the foreign exchange market.
Now I got one better for you because that'll be like a one time I would get 4%, right? I confirmed this. I was on a call with this is kind of side note. I was on a call with Brandon Anthony Clark because I was curious, so and we're talking about buying a car and we're going to do more renovation to our second floor. And I had this thought. So I called Brandon like, hey man, listen, I want to buy a car. I want to buy a car cash. I don't really want to finance anything. Let me ask you a question. Because when I spend let's say I was a $30,000 car, I'm thinking about, I'm only going to spend 30 grand on whatever car I get. No more than that. But when you spend 30 grand, what happens when you spend your money? When you drop off the SP, it ends, right? I said, Brandon, listen, could I drop 30,000 into my indexed universal life insurance policy and then turn around and borrow against it? And that way I still have the $30,000 because it's a separate account. I still have $30,000 growing uninterrupted. And I have the ability to borrow that 30 grand and then go buy the car. He said, absolutely. People do that all the time. In fact, that's how most people do it. And you can do it up to a limit of $100,000 a year. I said, say less, fam.
That's awesome. And this is how we can get there. I mean,
very simple.
You can't. It's very difficult. And I hope I'm being respectful when I say this. It's very difficult to save your way wealthy. You have to have a strategy. You can't. It's the $200 a month is not going to get you there. It has to grow. And so if I can get 4% on my expenditures, things that I have to do every day, I'm going to do it. Similar to what you're saying. If I can plug into a Brandon and say, you know what, you know how our operations work. Once a year or either quarterly, the bosses come by and maybe you get a nice blessing. Right. If I can take that and compound it to expedite my departure at some future date, I'm all about it. And I think what Cousin Ed has provided here tonight is a practical way to expedite your departure. We have some people on the call. I've talked to them. We know that some of you are nearing retirement. Wouldn't you like 4% of your retirement income coming back to you? You got to spend it.
Do every day anyway. Oh.
Exactly. And so, I think that's great. But look, I know Cousin Ed has a bonus. I wanted him to start with this, but he told me no.
Okay.
He has a bonus. And this is where you really sit back and go, okay, I'm tripping. So before we close out, and look, I'm happy to stay around for a little bit longer to answer any questions along with Cousin Ed, but man, please, go ahead and give it to him.
All right. So I use my Coinbase card, right? But as you heard on the video from Good Morning America, they have different ways you can different apps. So let's just go to AutoZone. For the guys, we shop there, right? Excuse me. For most family. Of us, for the family, we shop there, right? Yeah. I use Rakuten, right? And I also use, it didn't pop up just because I'm on the call. Rakuten is going to give me 1% back. I have another one just because I'm on here, it didn't show up. But imagine if I get 1% back with Rakuten, right? And then I use my crypto card. So I'm getting 1% with Rakuten, and then I'm also using my crypto card and get another 4%. That's off the top. So if I spend $50 at AutoZone, I'm gonna get 1% with the $50, and I'm gonna turn around and get 4% with the $50. So I call this a bonus. I call this a hack. These are different apps that you can have. Rakuten is one. Y'all saw the coupon one. I'm not sure what just happened with it. It normally, let's see if I can get it back up. Let's try Staples. And pardon me, I had it earlier. It's still gonna be Rakuten. Okay, I will.
Try
Let me
eBay.
see. Okay, let me try eBay right quick. But I have, if you look up here at the top of my screen, I have all these different apps that will pop up and give me. Okay, this is a good one. Abada. You saw Abada just pop up. Gotta activate it. Abada said, what did it say? 2.5% back. Let's see.
Yep. Jessica actually just posted that.
Let's see. The Gremlins are playing tonight.
I see Donnie has his hand up while we try to get the technology right. Donnie, you had something?
No, just real quick, man. This is just so amazing to me. The information that's being shared, like this is how millionaires connect, right? This is how successful people connect. This information right here. Where else can you go to find out things like this? And that's why I really enjoy what it is that we do and what we bring to the community, because it's things like this that people really do need to know. It's just simple as Cousin Ed called it, life hacks, right? Who wouldn't want to save on peanut butter? If I gotta go grocery shopping, which I do, the fact that you just showed me to transfer some of my money that I was going to spend at the grocery store to a different card, so when I swipe it, I can get 4% back. That's, I mean, family.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer to me.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So I just want to thank you, and I appreciate calls like this, and I appreciate what you guys do.
Let me see if AJ is AJ. Can you come off mute? I think AJ is out there.
While he come off mute, look right here. I use Coupon Cabin. There's another one of the ones I use. You get up to 25% back sometimes, 15% back. Kohl's.
For that,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
is it plug in the browser?
Yeah, mine is. I don't want to go into my extensions. Yeah, I have it. It's just not popping up right now. I was playing with it earlier, and if I go through all my extensions, I might lose what I have.
Oh yeah, you don't have to show us. I was just wondering the application of it.
Yeah, it's a plugin. You have to download a plugin.
Okay.
But I have it on my phone also. But I just want to show y'all, they're giving you money to shop places you're normally going to shop. So I use this as an avenue of getting more back than the 4%. So I have the 4%, and then they give me on top of that, they give me another, sometimes 5%, 10%. If you see at the top right now, I got up here in the corner, I have $59 sitting there that I haven't cashed out yet. All right. Then watch this. Close this. Go here. Go to Abada. Let's see if Abada pulls up.
That's gas money.
It's free money, man. I mean, it's just amazing.
It used to be gas money.
Oh yeah, you ain't getting there with it.
That's about $10 now.
That's right.
Yeah. Look right here. Let me clean this and clear all. Let's draw another one. I'm trying to be like Donnie and James, drawing a chart.
There you go. Look at that.
Look at that. That's money I have in there sitting now that I already cashed out a bunch of money. Abada, I love Abada.
So you're really doubling up. So you are basically
don't give it away, James. Don't give it away.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is, again, look, you know me. Hey, Destrian, I'm doing some really good things over here, man. Hey man, I'm really, really happy for you, man. I'm so glad you're doing it. Let me know how I might be able to assist you. No, Destrian, I need you to get on the phone with me. I need you to talk to my best friend, Donnie Somerville, and I want to show you what we're doing. Okay, man, I really got a lot going on. Bro, I need to talk to you and show you this. Can't unsee it. When you see it, it's different. So when he showed me this, I'm like, bro, just show them this. Just
super dope, man. Yeah.
Just show them this. Listen,
James,
bro.
You're doing house. Hold on. He said he got house renovation. You got 6% back at Lowe's, right? So you spend $1,000. How much is that?
That's $60.
$60. Guess what? They're going to turn around and give you the $60 on Ibotta. But also, your Coinbase is going to give you 4%.
4% on top of that, man. You just
On
say
top of that,
that's
that's $100.
Dude, that's
you can't beat it. You can't beat it.
Hold on. You said 100. That ain't no money.
Right.
Y'all know what we can do with $100, right?
Man.
So
HFX, EA,
all of it.
all day.
Right. Every day.
Listen, man, this is Cousin Ed, let me just say this to you, man.
Go ahead.
Number one, this has been phenomenal because let me tell you the aspect of this that I wrote down that I was saving for closing remarks. We all say, well, not all, many of us say that we want to be in business. Well, guess what? I can get 4% on my business expenses and then write them off too. What we talking about?
Facts.
What we really talking about? We need to continue to bring cheat codes to life. And this was one of the most amazing cheat codes I've seen in some time. And he's living it. Like he's literally living it. And he was gracious enough to take the time to make me listen. And I'm glad that I did. And I'm glad that all of you showed up here tonight, because how do you create wealth? I mean, you have to do nothing else for this money. Look at Stacy. It's the real deal. I see you, Stacy. Stacy, if you can come off mute. You can talk to the people. AJ, I'm still waiting on you. I got a question for you.
I don't have a whole bunch to add except that everything that Cousin Ed is showing is definitely real, definitely true. And Ibotta, I've used it. I used to be one of those people in the grocery store with coupons and a binder and all of that. And so now I've kind of just, because of time, I don't really do that. But Ibotta is really like the new coupons, and there's some other ones out there too. But yeah, this idea of stacking like the different programs and doing it, legally. It's not like you're breaking anybody's rules by using a credit card that gives you rewards and also a site. So this is great, and I'm definitely going to be looking at my my Coinbase card a little differently now, as opposed to just looking pretty in my wallet. It's going to actually get put to use.
That's on the way for me too. So that this is going to be a thing for me. The last thing I'll say, Cousin Ed, then I'll give it to you for final remarks, and we can have James and Dunny close as we normally do. But look, guys, we're in an environment right now, and I don't know if you guys saw what happened today, but I'm big on information, and so we told you guys a few days ago that when there's one reverse stock split, there's likely something else coming. So I've been following the news for the past few days. Next week should be one of the best trading weeks of our life. So get ready, get your EA set. So the split is happening, but I follow Earn Your Leisure, and they talked tonight about the fact that this is going to allow several 100 million more people to get in on this when the split happens. So next week, other people are going to start getting in now, people with big money. In May, when the split happens, we need to be prepared. And that's something that maybe we can start doing, marking the economic calendar for things that are coming up. So we know when we may have potential big trading days, and maybe you change the settings on your EA, but stay abreast to the news. More importantly, your day-to-day is controlled by you. Here's yet another way you can take back more control of your life. You can benefit from the income and outputs that you already have in your life. Because man, look, I know you share for sharing's sake, and you don't want to be greedy, and you're just not the type of guy that's like, oh, I want to get to it, and other people are not. But I hope everyone on this call tonight understands like what this would have cost someone to obtain this information from a person who was looking to monetize it. Cousin Ed and I often talk, and so do James, Donnie, and myself. I have friends that are attending seminars like what we do together, 15, 20, $25,000, $35,000. It is not a joke. Cousin Ed knows. He's seen the invoices for these things and shared them. We believe that we can go further together. And so for us, please don't take the information lightly. Act on it. And if you have a question about it and you have maybe a difficulty having it work for you in your life, reach out and let us help you. We want you to see the benefit of it, because at the end of the day, we always talking about adding value. And I want to just give you your flowers, big dog. You have added significant value to the lives of the people that were on this call tonight. You do it every day. And it's so many of you out there that do this. But tonight, I just wanted to give it up to you and really thank you for doing this and sharing the things that you're actually implementing in your life in a practical way, like Ms. Fowler would say, so that other people can repeat the process. So, man, why don't we come off mute and give it up for Cousin Ed before he closes us out tonight?
Thank you, Cousin Ed.
Thank you, Cousin Ed.
Hey, appreciate you, brother.
Thank
Hey, dropping.
Appreciate you, brother.
knowledge.
Appreciate it, man.
Sure.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, Cousin Ed, man. When I come in Atlanta, I'm gonna let you buy me a dinner, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, that was dope.
Good. That's a good one. Well, I definitely appreciate y'all. And it's really about iron sharpening iron and us helping each other. And these are life hacks that's been going on for a while, and that other people are doing, I say other communities are doing, that we don't know about. So I just want to make sure that we know about it ourselves also. I am posting in the chat my link tree. It has a lot of the links in there for the ones I showed you tonight. Also, it has a Calendly where you can book time with me. So if you want to go over it, so I can sit down with you and show you how I'm doing it. So you can do that also. No charge at all. It's all free. It's all about us sharing it. And if you have some life hacks, please definitely hit me up, because I love to add them to my my toolbox.
Or be featured here on a
Motivational Monday.
Motivational Monday.
Yeah, Motivational Monday. We did have one person that had a hand up, and I know before we go to James and Donnie, I want to make sure. TJ, you had your hand up. I just want to make sure I answered the last question that I saw with somebody with a hand up.
Yeah. So my wife uses Amazon all the time. I'm just trying to make sure these plugins also work on Amazon.
My friend. Yes, Amazon is just like eBay. I go to Amazon. I go to Ibotta first. So as I say, it's a life hack. I go to Ibotta first. I click on Amazon. Then I go from Amazon and make my purchase using my crypto card.
All three of them pay you.
Ooh.
Appreciate that.
I'm talking about that. When I say that boy got his own money,
Amazon shopper too.
that boy got his own money. That's what I'm talking about.
I definitely appreciate y'all for staying on this long. This is what we do. We do it for y'all. So, James and Donnie, I appreciate, and Destrian, my brother, I appreciate y'all giving me the opportunity to talk to the community and be part of it. So, I'll close with that. If y'all need me, let me know. But James and Donnie, I'll let y'all close.
Yeah, I'll be brief, man. Thank you for sharing knowledge that you've acquired and willingly and freely with our community, man. I mean, we can't thank you enough. But the way that we can thank you, and for all those who've been sharing their expertise to the community, is to actually, because knowledge for knowledge's sake is really pointless. You have to execute the information that you're learning and apply it right away. That's how it works for me. Is when I learn something or hear about something new, I immediately take action so that it doesn't get lost on me. Because when you hear something one time, you kind of lose it. But when you're hearing, writing, taking notes, you learn a little bit more. But when you're hearing it, taking notes, and then take immediate action, you kind of obviously know a whole lot more. So don't let this fall on your deaf ears. Definitely put it in place. And with that, Cousin Nate wanted to say thank you, man.
You're welcome.
And man, nothing more for me, but again, just thank you. And I look forward to spending time with you and the entire Atlanta crew this weekend. We'll have fun.